Insellem lilkom it-telespettaturi ta' Xejk, il-programm Local Angle ta' kull ġimgħa nintaqgħu biex inkomplu nwasslu lkom aktar intervisti interessanti ma' ħafna artisti li jkunu magħna wkoll. Nfakkarkom biex tiċċekkjaw il-Facebook page ta' Local Angle, importanti li tagħmlu like u intom tistgħu tibqgħu aġġornati bl-aħħar post li jiġu posted fuq Facebook, titlu tistgħu tiċċekkjaw ukoll minn ħin għal ħin fuq il-wall tagħkom. Se nitkellmu ma' grupp li jgħix l-Ingilterra, The Valaitis Brothers, se nitkellmu bl-Ingliż magħhom, għandhom ukoll raba Maltin, jiġri għandhom ħafna konnessjonijiet ma' Malta iżda jgħixu propju l-Ingilterra. I spoke via internet to British Maltese musicians called the Valaitis Brothers. In fact, they will tell us exactly how the Valaitis Brothers started.
Well, we first began writing music together when we were 14, but by that stage I had already been taking singing lessons. And the catalyst was really when I became sick of singing on my own, and all the ideas that I was having involved having a harmony and more interesting sort of dynamics. Yeah. So in order for that to happen, I asked Matthew to sing with me, and he wasn't very confident at first.
No, he kind of dragged me into it at first. I started learning the acoustic guitar. I picked it up because my cousin was playing and I wanted to be a bit more like my cousin. So
Cousin Mark.
Yeah, so I started playing the guitar, and then Daniel roped me in with the vocals, and then eventually.
And very quickly actually, we started to do gigs.
Yeah.
I think because we had written our own music and he, as I say, he played the guitar, we very quickly were able to go out to different clubs in London and perform and make loads of mistakes in front of loads of people and learn. And really ever since then we've been writing music together.
Yeah, and just progressing in different ways of music. Like after we left school, we went to a music college to learn more about performing live, the different elements involved in performing live, teaching even instrumental lessons, and most recently into like production and recording for ourselves.
Yeah. We're actually right now sat in our studio that we've just finished building, like this whole building this summer. When we just came back from Malta, actually, while we were in Malta, we were planning the building of our studio, and when we came back, we started working with a little bit of advice, and eventually created this. So this is where we're at now.
Here are the favorite bands and artists and their influences as well.
Well, we're quite different in what we listen to on our own. I listen to a lot of R&B and neo soul, like Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill, I suppose would be the more popular.
Yeah, and we both sort of came up on bands like the Arctic Monkeys, the Kooks, the Libertines, stuff like that, and that's more to the side of where I'm at with indie music, but also soul artists like Alabama Shakes, which is a really great sort of soul-y indie band, Charles Bradley. Yeah, so we have quite a diverse set of tastes.
And it's funny, really, that our own personal genre has kind of focused around more folk-sounding songs, because naturally we do harmonies and we, I suppose, sing a lot like Simon and Garfunkel would, that we give each other our own parts.
What we do lends itself to that kind of music, really.
And on that folk vein, we do really love Bracuni as well. That's one of our favourite Maltese bands that we saw actually. When did we see them? A couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago now.
Yeah, so we love them as well.
The Valaitis Brothers have been teaching and producing their own music in the past few years.
Yeah, well, we when we started out, when we were younger, we very quickly wrote our own songs, like we said, and got out gigging. But also we wanted to get them recorded, obviously, to put them out online, get more people to hear it. It'd be a good way to get gigs as well. So we went into recording studios around us in our area, and we just kind of were disappointed with the results we got. You always feel under pressure because the environment isn't very friendly, or because you lack the knowledge of what it is you want. You can't tell them what you want, so you're sort of at their mercy with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So quickly we decided that if we should do it ourselves and get the result, the exact result that we wanted.
I think the best way to get what you want is to know how to do it yourself.
And that's always been what we've done, really. Like with building the studio, we always have never waited for anybody else. We've always gone, right, well, we're going to do it then. So,
yeah, if we want it, no one wants it more than us, so let's find out how we can do it.
Yeah, so it was a slow process. Obviously, the first things you do aren't the best things. So we've been spending a long time trying out different ways of recording, getting better and better equipment, getting better at the craft of mixing and producing, and enjoying that side of it almost as much as the live performance side of it, which is our favourite.
Yeah, which I think has led us to not only producing songs for ourselves, as we say, we've just finished building, so we've started a lot of exciting projects for ourselves personally, but also collaborating with other people. We've started writing songs for a musical with a very good friend of ours, like a musical partner of ours called Sean Williams. We're writing
also working on recording his album,
as
well as we've just over the summer been putting out a series called Food is Love, where we cook Maltese recipes but also record live music while we do it. So those videos turned out really, really well.
I've got to say, Maltese recipes and food, it seems like a weird mixture to have Maltese food and music and just put them into one show, but Maltese food is what does connect us to our family and to our culture and the way we were brought up. So recipes that we've made, like asatat, and we made and things like that, we've actually made on the episode, sharing those with musicians in the episode who've never heard of those foods before, never tried them. It makes us feel proud, and it's a proud feeling to offer up something that's special to you and to have people go, oh, wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, and also linking that with the other thing that we love as well as Maltese food, music. So
they have as well their own show, in fact they are very proud of, which we'll be talking about now.
Yeah, sure. Well, we, as well as doing music, we've always been interested in food. That's kind of an important, I think, with like Maltese families, I think food is where you sort of gather around as a family and spend time together, and that's always been a really important thing in our family, the food aspect. So we've always cooked together, we've always cooked for each other, and that idea of food is love, like the hospitality, and when people come round to your house, you cook them some food, you give them food,
showing them affection
as a way of showing them,
and the idea came, as I say, I've mentioned Sean Williams,
quite naturally, didn't it?
Who we've been writing with. He was working with a producing company, a video production company called Think Eden Media, and they were just looking for something that was a fresh and new idea that they could really sink their teeth into and start producing. Sean's obviously friends with us and them, and he said, you know, I've got these boys, these brothers, and I think they would be really good on some sort of show, but I haven't quite got the concept yet. So every time he would come over, we would just cook food and we'd sit there and we'd be making music. And we'd be talking, well, what could this idea be? Yeah. And I can't remember what we made him. I think we made him some version of a Hobbs Bazziet or something. And he went, oh, you boys always make the best food. Like, maybe this is what we should be doing. This here is like something special and magic that you could be sharing with people. Like your specific and unique culture and recipes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so it very quickly just stemmed off from there.
So even though it does seem like an unnatural concept maybe to marry those two things together in one video, it felt really natural. It felt, because it's already what we were doing. We'd go play a little bit of music, cook some food, and it just thought, well, let's just film this.
Let's film this.
This is it. This is the thing. So we did it.
They have quite a number of videos on YouTube, and last year they teamed up with AYTO. Let's watch the part of the interview, and they will tell us their experience with AYTO.
We had a really good time. We were very excited to be able to come to Malta to
get involved in any sort of music scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we were very happy to come and very willing to come over and work on a song. We actually brought the song itself was something we had been singing for a while in gigs, and it was a very acoustic song. It wasn't laid back. It was still had a kind of
stripped back.
Stripped back.
Yeah.
So we were sharing ideas, and as we were sharing ideas, that song in particular seemed to be something that could it
spoke to all of us. We kind of latched onto that song. Yeah. Had a lot of potential to be built out to what it became.
And I think it worked really well. The way that it's not a style, you might have seen some of our videos. It's not a style that we do a lot. So to be with someone who could bring something new to what we already did and show us what that might sound like was really, really fun, actually. We really had a good time.
We'll be watching now Moving On by YTO and the Valaitis brothers.
We've just come straight from the studio. We've heard a master of the track. I think it's going to be the master of the track. And we're really happy with it.
You said you wanted a fresh start deep down in your heart. You weren't ready to let me go. I didn't hear it from you. I got a phone call or two from my friends saying they saw you love. And I needed to move on fast. 'Cause I want the one who said that me and you were never lost. And now they see me moving on. They know they wrong, Now they see me moving on. They know, and now they see me. 'Cause I want the one who said that me and you were never lost. And now they see me. It took no time to draw a line onto someone who could let me go. 'Cause I can tell the real mistakes from throwaways. And now you're trying to chase me down the road again. And I needed to move on fast. 'Cause I want the one who said that me and you were never lost. And now they see me moving on. They know they wrong, Now they see me moving on. They know, and now they see me. 'Cause I want the one who said that me and you were never lost. And now they see me. So now you wanna talk about life plans? No, you've had the chance. 'Cause I know I was the one who let you go. You said that love was gone. That love was gone. You were wrong. Moving on. They know they wrong, Now they see me moving on. They know, and now they see me. You said the love was gone. 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 You said the love was gone.
As we already said, the Valaitis brothers worked with AYTO, and let's take a look to the work went into doing this single process, like writing and recording.
The writing was done beforehand. Before we came over, we had the song concept, the basic structure of the chords and things. But we came over, basically laid down the vocal track, like the basic song itself, and then over a space of a week, every day really, we'd come into the studio with the whole team there, and just build the song out with the producers there, sort of adding more and more instrumentation. Them putting their sort of more electronic dance kind of slant onto things with our
something that was very radio friendly.
with our creative input, and just it just sort of, again, it's kind of felt like a natural development, but it was a really enjoyable process just to have a week to focus in on, like, you don't maybe, I don't know if that's a usual thing to have so much time to spend in on getting one song
Yeah.
to a place. So it was really fun. And as you can see if you show the music video that we compiled together, we just had that was our trip in Malta. We just had a really great time spending some time in Malta again, coming over and recording it. So it was great experience overall.
Various Maltese artists in the UK, they live there, and we have asked as well the Valaitis brothers if they have ever met with other Maltese artists in the UK.
In the UK, we haven't seen.
We recorded with one, Natalia.
Yes, we did actually. Yes, we have. By coincidence, we have some good friends here in the UK that we actually know from school, and a half Maltese musician. She plays the violin, the saxophone. She's very, very talented, and we did a collaboration with her of her own. It was a cover of an Alabama Xejk song. So, in that regard, yes, we have. But in terms of going to Malta and working with a Maltese artist like, I don't know, Ira Losco, Brooke Borge, Brooke Cooney, we haven't yet done that, but obviously
always open, always available.
Very, very open to the idea.
Let's talk about another single called It's Mine.
It's Mine is from an EP that we put out a couple years ago now?
2016.
The EP was called Pretend. It's on iTunes still, the Valaitis brothers. And it was, that whole EP was really a kind of an angsty, kind of from where we were. We were in a place where we didn't quite know what the future looked like. And I think just in a general adolescent stage where you talk about your feelings and if the lyrics, if it's mine, can't I have it all, like being told that you have a lot of potential and a lot of promise, but not knowing how to harness that, and can I have that now? I really could use some of that.
And in terms of like where it comes in our development, that was also the EP that we spent a lot of time producing and mixing, and we kind of cut our teeth a lot on the process.
If our studio learning was university, that would have been our dissertation at the end of it. That would have been like our presentation at the end of university, saying this is what we've learned so far. And you can hear already from some of the stuff that we've put out recently that it's already got so much better, the quality of what we do, and because we've been doing it every day for a few years now. Yeah, we are very proud of that EP though. Still like to sing the songs.
I always thought, because I listen to music when I do the washing up, I always thought it would be a good idea just to film in through the window whilst doing the washing up. I always had the vision in my head of what it must look like if you were to look in through the window and just sort of see two people singing. So, and it was one of those sort of magical things where what you had in your head, and you just put it's very simple, because it's, when you haven't got massive budgets to do music videos, the idea has to get smarter. So just a very simple idea that worked very well for us. Just the idea of filming through the window, and
because a lot of people have complimented us on that video and said that they really enjoyed it, and the song itself is something we're very proud of. But as I say, the simpleness of it and the fact it's just us all the way through it, mouthing along. So actually, inside we are singing the song, but you can't hear it. We've got the recorded version playing over it. But yeah.
So let's now watch the music video of the Valaitis brothers. It's called It's Mine.
If it's mine, oh, can't I have it all? Can't I have it all? It could stir the change that I've been waiting on. If it's mine, won't you lay it on me now? I think I'll stay the course without this pressure beating down. Who are we? Stacking records on the dresser. We'll mount them to the walls before they make it to the desk. Who are we? Oh, now here is all that pressure mounting on my shoulders, so I'm pushing out brass neck, hoping for diamonds. But I was never cold, just confused and pretending I was love. But am I? Am I soul? Am I soul? Or am I substance like the dirt that this whole earth is spinning on? Or am I soul?
I have also asked them if they had any positive feedback so far.
Yes.
Yeah. We've had a lot of positive feedback with the music that we put out. We've got radio play for that on Maltese radio shows and radio shows over here.
So we're getting recognition in that regard in Malta as well. But music's our actual full-time job. So we're lucky in a way that we've been teaching instrumentally ourselves. I teach singing, Matthew teaches guitar.
We teach choir lessons as well in theatre schools.
Which ties in with our writing songs for musicals. It's just, music is developing for us, and I think when you're in an industry like music, you have to diversify and do lots of different things within the umbrella of music in order to make a living, but also to get inspiration and enjoyment out of lots of things.
So we've had a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah.
It's growing,
and
all the
people
time.
using our studio, people actually
coming in recording. So.
Yeah, this is the Playroom Studio. That's the name of where we are now.
The Playroom Studio.
And we only recently opened for business, but we're happy to say that people have already started coming to us and recording with us, which is really amazing. So it's really positive.
More questions to the Valaitis brothers, and I have asked them if they had any radio interviews in the UK.
In the UK, it's actually, I would say it's harder to get recognition in the UK. The UK aren't as proud of their artists until someone else tells them that they're good. So if we went to Germany and became famous, all of a sudden English radio would be like, let's interview them, but they don't want to make the effort first. That's what we've found.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we have had not interviews, but we have had radio play in the UK
play
on BBC introducing radio channel.
Let's now talk about another single, Loving You. It was a simple music video, and let's see, the Valaitis brothers have answered.
Yeah. Yes, it is very simple. It's more or less the video is filming us actually recording it. So everything you hear and see was recorded as you're watching it. So that it's kind of a live video.
It's like
and the song itself we're very happy with. It's actually something that we've been working on recently, reinventing, because that is such a raw live setup. Now that we're in our studio working full time, we're reintroducing old music and developing on it. So that song that you see is a more stripped back, raw form of what that song is. It's the core, the heart and soul of that song.
Yeah, and that's why the video is as stripped back as the song itself. We didn't want to flower it up. It's just like Daniel says, a very raw take on that song. And recently we've been producing it a lot and adding a lot more instrumentation, speeding it up, doing lots of different things with it. And that's going to be part of a project that we release later on this year with our own music as well. So yeah, we've got lots of projects we're working on really. Like we say, we've got the project that we're writing for the musical concept of a theatre production, the album of a friend, our own projects, and the projects of anybody who comes in to.
And hopefully as well, more food is love. So because I think that was a real success for us, as us watching the project back, something we're very proud of, as I say, and we would love to do more and elevate it next time and show growth in that project. So
Yeah.
if people like that show, then we'll do more.
Let's now watch the last music video by the Valaitis brothers.
Yeah, it seems real that you really don't mind, but can you really feel nothing all the time? You've got pain we can't pass. If you know every side of me, and all I know is this part, all I know is this part. I want to know it's right all the time. I want to know when I'm loving you that it's the way that you want me to. I want to know it's right all the time. I want to know when I'm loving you that it's the way that you want me to. Understand I'm raw too, and what's left of me is numb, so I don't know how I'm feeling half the time. And that's the truth. I'm stumbling through. Why can't you do it too? Oh, try, give words to your feelings. I'll give you more than one chance. Nothing to prove. I want to know it's right all the time. I want to know when I'm loving you that it's the way that you want me to. And do you want me to? And is it right all the time? I want to know when I'm loving you that it's the way that you want me to. Hold me tight, like you've been waiting a really long time and you want me close. But where's the light? And I can't predict how tight it's too hard or not enough. Some things you hide, yet you give me all your love. I know it's right all the time. I want to know when I'm loving you that it's the way that you want me to. And do you want me to? And is it right all the time? When I'm loving you, it's the way that you want me to.
Let's now talk again with the Valaitis brothers if they have ever planned a tour in the UK.
Yes, we've done gigs all over the UK before. So when you go somewhere and you let them know you're coming, which is the advantage of having recorded music, you send your music to a club or they find your music online and they say, would you like to perform here? So it would be quite easy actually for us to do a tour, and it's something we would love to do. As I said, we've been very busy building the studio, so this is our first couple of weeks where we can take a breath and go, now let's work.
There's a lot of gigs to come in the future, but like Daniel says, we've spent a lot of time heads down building what we're sat in right now, and now's the time for us to sort of look up a bit, you know, and start to look around for some gigs that we want to do. And yeah, a tour would be an interesting thing to do. Like we would do it ourselves, like we do everything. You know, just booking different places and go, you know, traveling from town to town. Yeah, should be something on the horizon.
Yeah.
Even if they live abroad, the Valaitis brothers still look at the Maltese artists, and I've asked them, how would you describe the music scene in Malta?
I think the music scene in Malta is very exciting, and from what I've actually seen, it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's
and
growing, definitely.
People are becoming more aware of what they have, and the quality of it's getting bigger and bigger as well. Some of the videos that we've been seeing have just been on another level, if you know what I mean. So I'd say very promising, and it's playing in Malta and having our music heard in Malta is something that we've always been very intent on, because it is important to us, and Malta has always been special to us. It's our connection to our granddad, who's always kept it so, our grandfather, who's always kept Malta so important in our lives. Having our music heard over there makes us feel closer to him now that he's passed, and so to be more a part of the Maltese music scene, that's something that we would like. Yeah, definitely. And probably there are things that we need to know and need to learn, because we aren't aware of everything that's happening in Malta, because we're not seeing, as I say, we're not seeing your show on our television over here, and we're not staying up to date with what's happening. So it is a bit of a struggle actually to find all the artists in Malta.
See everyone that's coming out. But,
yeah,
who we have seen, we're really impressed with recently.
Let's now check any other projects in the near future.
Well, we've already mentioned tons of projects.
Yeah, we've got lots of projects. So, Food is Love, musicals. We've got, we're going to be working on Sean Williams' album. We've mentioned him a few times. Sean is currently touring with Craig David right now as a vocalist. He's an amazing singer. So we're going to be working with him on his own project. You might have heard his song. He was the singer on the song So Freaking Tight. That's the name of the song. It was very big one summer a couple of years ago. While we were in Malta recording Moving On, we heard a lot.
Playing everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah. So other than that, we're working not only on those projects, but we're
growing this business.
We've got
this studio.
this business. The Playroom Studio is our main project, and then helping those people that come to our studio.
And if anybody wants to see all of those projects, they're all at thevalaitisbrothers.com.
Yeah.
That's where you can see Food is Love. You can look at
all on our
studio,
website,
our videos, our music, everything that we're doing. So that's the best place to be updated with what we're up to as well.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the social media is also being used to promote yourself. How this affect the Valaitis brothers personally?
It's been integral in everything we've done, almost, social media. In terms of reaching out to venues we want to play at, in terms of people reaching out to us for projects, just communicating with people and getting our music out there, like videos on Facebook. They're so much easier to share. They get around to many more people. They get in front of different people that you wouldn't ever get in front of otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's been really important for us, especially in terms of getting stuff out there to Malta. Yeah, otherwise it'd be impossible almost.
Yeah, it would be. And the way that we use social media is in a very positive way. So we get positive things in return. We're putting our stuff out there for people to listen to, and we get a lot of great feedback. But it's also difficult for us because we're not naturally people that want to post all the time. We find it quite hard we need to stay up to date posting. But in this world that we live in today, unless you're being seen online, people forget about you very quickly. So it is important to make sure that you're keeping everyone updated and always working on new things and letting people know what you're up to. So
yeah, we've enjoyed the interview. Yeah, it's been a bit of a stock take on where we're at, really.
Yeah, and we're very happy to do an interview right now because we're at a very exciting time in our musical journey.
As you can hear, we've got a lot to talk about. There's so many things that we're like Daniel says again, like that we're up to at the moment. So we're just really excited for getting on with it and
and if
growing what we do.
People there in Malta can hear about some of our projects, particularly Food is Love, which is very connected to, as I say, to Malta and something that's.
But also the artists and the music on that show are really,
and that's
really good.
what that show has been all about. So if we can, if people see what we do and what we're up to and like it, then that's brilliant. So we're very, very happy.
Thanks to the Valaitis brothers for this interview. Nirgazzaw ukoll the Valaitis brothers li kienu magħna wkoll permezz ta' din intervista fl-internet. Nirgazza likom it-telespettaturi li segwejtu wkoll din il-parti tal-intervista li kellna għal din il-ġimgħa. Ser ngħaddu issa għal parti oħra eżattament wara din il-waqfa ta' pubbliċità.